Do you crave more? More aliveness, more fun, more pleasure, more power, more purpose. Welcome to Yes Woman, the show for women who know you are here for more. I'm Karen Rockhind, CEO of the Institute of Women. With my master's degree in positive psychology, I have helped tens of thousands of women say yes to their biggest dreams and truest desires. Here we have real conversations to stop pretending and to start saying what we want. Yes to the dreams we've delayed. Yes to the voice you've quieted. Yes to the wealthy, healthy, sexy life we crave. Yes, woman, welcome to the show. Hello, my woman. Have you heard about the year of the fire horse? It's like very, very, very fun. And like, I'm totally geeking out on it. And it's perfect timing for launching Yes Woman, because fire horse is Yes Woman energy for an entire year. So we're going to dive into that. But first, I want to read our review of the week. This is coming to us from Allison in New York. She says, I am so glad that the podcast is back. You helped me say yes to myself years ago. Aw, Allison, I'm so happy. That means so much to me. And if you love the podcast, everyone, leave a 5-star review and I might read yours on the next episode. So fire horse, here's the deal. In the lunar calendar, the Chinese New Year, every year is assigned to an animal. And with that animal, it's also assigned to one element like fire or metal. And those combinations only happen every 60 years. And I am not Chinese. So I want to first say, do not want to appropriate anyone's culture. I've just been very fascinated by this. And here's why. We just came from the year of the snake, and we're moving into fire horse. Now, we also, because of the switch from 2025 to 2026, in numerology, when you add up all the numbers, 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. You add up 2026, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6 equals 10. And when you add up the 1 and the 0, it equals 1. So in numerology, the theory goes that every 9 years, we're on a new cycle. And this makes so much sense, especially as women, we are used to cycles. So in this cycle, each year is for a different purpose. A 1 year is like an ignition. It's a start. It's new beginning. It's like a spark to take off. Now we add that, right? And in the 9 year that we just completed, it's completion. It's closing out, right? It's releasing. So this is so fascinating to me that we've just completed a 9-year cycle and the 9 year at the same time as we were closing out the year of the snake. Now, here's the thing about the year of the snake, about a snake. Snakes shed their skin, right? Snakes shed their skin. They say this body that I've been living in no longer serves me. It no longer fits me. Snakes say, I'm moving into the next body. Now, as humans, we have an incredibly hard time shedding, right? Is there maybe there's a relationship from your childhood that it totally drains you, but you're hanging on to because you should, because they were a friend to you 30 years ago, or maybe there's a story in your head about what you're capable of doing or what you're not, or about your body, or maybe there's a pattern. You keep saying that you're, gonna start that business and you keep delaying. So it's very common as humans, because of the way our brains are wired, that your brain goes into a fight or a flight or a freeze in your nervous system anytime there's going to be something that's new and would take bravery and courage. And so you can get stuck there, right? The thing is that our bodies, as much as our nervous system kind of wants to maybe keep us safe in that way, your body was actually designed to shed like a snake. That every 7 years or so in our bodies, we shed every single cell, right? That becomes dust, like in the corner, which I'm terribly allergic to. But we shed all of our skin cells. We shed all of our hair, and new hair grows back. This is the cycle. And so shedding is actually very normal and natural if we can lean into it. This is the key. And especially as women, think about how during the years of your cycle, you shed every 28 or 30 days. You're shedding the lining and you're starting with the potential of a new egg that's going to grow, could potentially grow into a human. It's like this is the cycle that is actually very feminine. This cycle of shedding what no longer serves, releasing, releasing, releasing. Snake, snake, shed, and step into the new. And the new, in this case, as we move into this 1 year, is the fire horse. Now, the snake can sometimes be considered like a little sneaky, bad. People hate snakes. And there's something like, biblical around this. If we look at the story of Adam and Eve, which I think the vast majority of Western kids have been taught, and whether you're religious or not, you probably know the story of Adam and Eve. They were, God created man, and then God created a woman to be with him, Eve. They were in the Garden of Eden. It was beautiful. It was peaceful. It was incredible. And God said, don't eat those apples. You can have anything you want in here. Just don't eat those apples. And Eve looked at the apples. They were the apples of knowledge. Now in the story, there's a snake, and the snake seduces Eve to eating the apple. Of course, they have to blame it on a snake. That Eve wanted knowledge. Eve wanted more. Eve wanted better of herself. And somehow this was a bad thing. And so she eats the apple, and then the fall of humanity, right, had to leave the Garden of Eden. All these bad things were going to happen. Childbirth was going to be painful, all because the woman wanted knowledge. And so whether we're aware of it or not, there's this connection between snake, bad, and the shedding and woman. When in reality, a woman is so much like snake in that we shed our skin, literally, we shed our blood, and we are on constant cycles. We're on constant cycles to shed what, and as women, we need to shed what doesn't serve to move into the next, and shed an old story in order to expand into our highest self. We need to shed relationships that don't serve us in order to no longer be people pleaser and good girl and step into yes woman. And so the snake actually is incredible. Can you imagine if we rewrote the story of Adam and Eve? Like, literally think about this. Can you imagine if we rewrote the story of Adam and Eve? That Eve wanted more. Eve wanted knowledge. And the snake was there to show her, you get to have it. The snake was there to say, shed the story of good girl. Shed the story that you don't get to have what you want. Shed the story that you have to be a servant to anyone else. Because what a lot of people don't know is that before Eve, Adam had a different wife. Her name was Lilith. And the story goes that Adam wanted to have sex with her in a particular way, and she was like, not doing that. And she was banished from the garden. So there is like all this foundation and ground that women don't get to have what we want. But what's amazing right now, and if we shift the story, that Eve wanted knowledge. Eve wanted more. I'm a woman. I want knowledge. I want more. I want to have it all. Yes, yes, yes. And that snake was actually there to support her. Then we can all look at the completion of the year of the snake and say, it's here to support me. What needs to be shed? One of my clients was like, I have such big dreams, but I am terrified. I'm paralyzed. Because when she was in her first marriage, every time she brought up an idea, he would say, no, you can't do that. We can't do that. No. And so she became paralyzed that there was something wrong with her ideas. And she's in a situation now, she's in a completely different marriage, she has total opportunity, but her body, her nervous system says no before she can even get going. And so what needs to be shed at this moment of her life is the no, the belief, the lie that she can't do it. There is a theory in psychology called learned helplessness. And it's the idea that once an animal or a human hears no so many times and is persecuted so many times, they stop trying. Now, recent scientists believe that this is the freeze response. And so this is literally what's happened to my client. And I think happens to so many of us. This is literally what happened to my client and happens to so many women. And so as she was going through this transition into Fire Horse, and we're going to look at what Fire Horse is in a moment, what she had to shed was the no, that she can't do it, that it's not for her, that wonderful stories and growth and expansion and new businesses are for someone else. Because fire horse is exactly what it sounds like. Imagine a horse that's literally on fire. You can go Google it. It's like this beautiful image. It's a horse. It's not on fire in the way of like burning a horse. No. But like the energy of movement, of galloping, of moving forward, of ecstasy, of bliss, of your hair blowing in the wind. Literally, there's so much fire energy. And what's exciting is you pair that with a 1 year that's all about new beginnings and where you're going and direction and purpose. It's like, ah! It was literally made for the yes woman. And so this shedding needs to happen first and might need to happen again and again. Right after the turn of the fire horse, I was like fired up. I'm like, yes. And then the world news hit and I just felt totally stagnated. Like I hit a gate. It felt like someone had put like a harness or reins on me. And I felt so sad. I'm like, where'd that energy go? Where did that energy go? One thing I've learned about the fire horse is the fire horse won't let you be stagnant. It won't let you. It's going to burn that up. It's going to burn down the stable. It doesn't mean it's going to burn down every stable structure in your life, but it is going to burn down what doesn't serve you. And so we can do it consciously or unconsciously. And we're at this moment where if you think about that fire energy, I want you to think about what is an idea that you have been sitting on for so long, but you have not been moving forward on. Go ahead, write that down. I want you to think about what is a way of being that would light you up. Do you want to feel free? Do you want to feel alive? Do you want to feel like you're on fire? Do you want to feel like you're on stage, a main stage energy? Do you want to feel at peace? Do you want to feel calm? Do you want to feel some combination of all the above? This is what the fire horse is asking us to do, is to say, it is time to move and take action on the feelings, on the ways of being, on the to-dos and the to-bes that we're meant for. And it's really like very exciting. This is like very, very, very exciting energy. But what it's calling you to do is to literally look at where are you stagnated. And it's so fascinating to me because it's fire horse and stag. And the truth is we're living in this incredible moment, right? We're seeing Epstein files. We're seeing, wars. We're seeing it's like there's literally an implosion of toxic masculinity, like not beautiful masculinity, but toxicity, hierarchy. And we came here for this moment. We came here for this moment for women, for our voices to be heard, for our spirit to shine. We came here for this moment to be the leaders of the world. And our souls chose this. And so what's really exciting right now is to say, why did I come here? Why did I incarnate at this time? What is my part? What is my piece of this? What is calling me? I'm Jewish, and soon we'll come up to Passover, Pesach, the story of Moses and taking the Israelites, the Jews, out of Egypt where we were enslaved and crossing into the land of Israel. Moses was living in Egypt, Jewish man, and he's walking and there's a burning bush. And the bush calls him over, Moses, Moses, and he goes over and it's God. No, I'm talking a lot of Bible in this episode. Not usually like me, but I'll go with it. God is calling to Moses. And Moses says, Hineni, which in Hebrew means, here I am. Like, I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm present. I'm ready. And if we think about this moment, and you found this podcast, yes, woman, because you want to be a yes to your life. You want to be a yes to your dreams. You want to be a yes to your highest purpose. You want to be a yes to that woman that's inside of you. Then you're feeling that. You're hearing the calling. Literally, burning bush is calling you and saying, come on, sister. And if we think about it literally, like as women, we have this like burning bush. And that is the part of us that's going, let's go. That's the part of us that's saying, take off those reins and step into your queen reign. This is the part of us that's saying, take off the harness from society, shed that, and instead harness your passion, harness your purpose, harness your power, all toward creating an incredible life. Because why are we alive if not to be completely in joy and love and fun and abundance? And yeah, there's a lot of crazy, horrible things in the world. But we came here to actually light all that up. And fire has this beautiful, beautiful ability to both destroy and to create. And so as the fire horse, what we get to do is we get to destroy the structures. We get to destroy the old stories. We get to destroy all of the ways of being that don't serve humanity, that don't serve us. And we literally get to step into and light our fire and create as if we're creating food, as if we're creating a human, and create a beautiful, beautiful, equal, delicious life for all. Like, what would it be like if what you wanted to light up was joy, and you were joy, and you spread joy everywhere you went, and that was your part? What if you are here to light up freedom, and you let your hair go, and you get yourself a scooter, and you or a bicycle, and you just like, you let yourself have some freedom, and in doing so, you inspire others around you, and they're like, oh, look at her, what's she doing? What if you decide you're going to wear what you want to wear? There was a client of mine who saw me wear like a halter top, and she's like, I could never wear that. And I'm looking at her, and she's actually smaller than I am. So I'm like, what is she talking about? And she's like, because I'm a mom, and because what would the other moms think? And it's like, I get it, because we all want to belong. But if you don't wear something because what the other moms would think, then you're letting them, that's actually being in a jail. So I said, try this on. Like, we went back in private, try this on. She lit up wearing it. I said, borrow it. Borrow it. Even if you don't go out in public, say to yourself, I do get to be the person who dresses like this. She then went and like got a whole different wardrobe and bathing suits and everything else. And she joined my group program, and she was in my retreats. And now she is like out there putting her business out on the internet. Like, her videos are getting tens of thousands of views. She's being visible, right? And that is inspiring to everyone around her. That's going to teach her kids. This is what the fire horse can do. This is what this combination of snake and fire horse can do. And it only happens once every 60 years. And so let this be your moment of what fire horse is calling you? What's the burning bush calling you for? And what do you need to shed to get there? And look, you can shed. Sometimes I need to shed. I need to release 1,000 times a day. And then I need to get up and as fire horse 1,001 times a day. And sometimes fire horse looks like saying yes to myself for a nap. And sometimes it looks like going out dancing. And sometimes it looks like dancing in a Starbucks and not caring what people think. Literally, that was my yesterday. Take the action. Move toward it. Literally, sister, this is what you were born for. So a couple journal questions for you. 1, what is calling you? What is the fire horse calling you toward? Ways of being, ways of feeling, doing. Number 2, what do you need to shed to be her now? And number 3, who is the woman that you were born to be? Send those answers to me. I love reading them. Carina at theinstituteofwoman.com, Carina at theinstituteofwoman.com. And again, make sure you go onto Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen and leave your 5-star review. That is how more people, more women find the podcast. And that is how we change the world, one woman at a time. Send this episode to a woman you love, to your mom, to your sister. Let's change the world, one woman at a time. And with that, my love, may you live purposefully. May you love yourself. And may you love life. Bye for now.